Hey there, and welcome to Beyond Survival, A Pathway to Peace. I'm your host, Naomi Stanchfield. If you're living with the effects of trauma or PTSD, you're in the right place. I know what it's like to live in survival mode, always waiting for the next shoe to drop. For years, I searched for peace, for a way to feel safe in my own body again. That search became the foundation of the work I do today as a trauma-informed coach. This podcast is here to support you as you begin your own journey towards a calmer, more peaceful life. Each week, we'll explore real tools, heartfelt conversations, and simple practices to help you heal, one step at a time. You don't have to walk this path alone. Let's take it together. Today, we're diving deeper into something I've mentioned before, because I know how much clarity can help on this healing path. If you've been listening to my podcast up until now, you've heard me mention the stepping stone thoughts. I've given some brief explanations of the process, but I thought everyone might benefit from a more detailed explanation of the what, the why, and the how of stepping stone thoughts. Let's start slow. Take a deep breath right now, feel your feet on the ground, and notice what's alive in your body as we unpack this. You're safe here, and this tool is gentle, built for real life, but it's not an overnight fix. My stepping stone thoughts were born from the CBT triangle and the thought ladder process. The CBT triangle is a tool used in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, that explains that our thoughts create our feelings and our feelings create our actions. I also like to say that there's a fourth corner to this triangle, which I guess would make it a square. That states that our actions create our results or experiences. Picture it with me. Thoughts at the top, flowing down to the feelings in your body, which sparks actions, looping back up to shape your day-to-day life. Trauma wires this deeply, but that's why we can gently rewire it too. So let's pause here for a second. What thought showed up for you today, and where do you feel it physically? We're not judging it, we're just noticing it. You might even take a second right now and whisper that thought that you noticed, quietly to yourself. What happens in your body when you say it out loud? Does your chest tighten? Or do your shoulders lift? Our bodies are wonderful truth tellers. This awareness is step one in untangling old loops. I'll give you a real-life example of how I've used this in my own personal life. Before doing the deep work on my thoughts and healing journey, I carried deep insecurities about love and often believed that I didn't deserve it. A common thought I would have any time that my husband was upset, and it didn't even have to be upset at me, was, he's mad and he's going to leave me. I would then get extremely anxious, worried that he had somehow finally realized I wasn't worthy of love and he was about to walk out the door. Because of this anxious feeling I was having, I would smother him, constantly begging for reassurance that he loved me and wasn't going to leave me. Because of this, he would push me away, tired of the same old song and dance. And the truly ridiculous and sad part was, most of the time, he wasn't even upset with me. He'd either had a bad day, or he was worried about something completely outside of us and our relationship. It wasn't his actions that caused my feelings of insecurity and anxiety. It was my thoughts about his actions. And that realization was life-changing for me. And I'm not the only one who notices this pattern. So many of my clients and friends have shared similar experiences. Take Sarah, that we talked about a few episodes ago, who shared how she blamed her partner for every fight, trapped in "it's always their fault." Her anxiety spiked, walls went up, pushing him further away, until she finally noticed the body clench of defensiveness and changed her thinking to, "I'm adding to this." Small shifts equal big freedom. Now, if that resonates with you, jot it down, because we're going to build on that. The true magic of all of this is that you have the ability to change your thoughts anytime you want to. It just takes time, practice, and intention. This insight is at the very heart of stepping stone thoughts. The moment that you realize, wait, I can choose to believe something different. It doesn't make old fears vanish overnight, but it hands you the keys. Each time you catch yourself in an old loop, think, is this thought helping or hurting me? What's a softer thought I could try instead? And part of that practice is learning to pause before you jump into reaction. The pause is powerful. It's the space where you can ask yourself, what am I believing right now? Or what story am I telling myself? That moment of awareness is where the transformation begins. Now, I know that a lot of you have probably tried affirmations in the past and those didn't work. How many of you stood in front of a mirror repeating phrases like, I am a good mom. I deserve love. I love myself. Feeling more and more defeated by the days as these aspirations didn't change the way you thought or felt, and perhaps even made you feel worse. The reason the affirmations do not work is because you don't believe them. In order to change your thoughts, you have to believe the new thought, even if it's only a little bit. When you don't believe the affirmation, it can feel insecure or even like a lie. When affirmations contradict a person's genuine feelings or self view, the subconscious may reject them, causing resistance or even lowered self esteem instead of support. Your body knows. Affirmations can feel like forcing a square peg into a round hole, tightening that knot in your chest instead of easing it. And science backs this. CBT research shows believable bridges work because they honor where you are right now. And this is exactly what I experienced with trying affirmations. I would repeat, I am a good mother, or I deserve to be loved. But I only ended up feeling worse. I hated myself and felt ashamed that I couldn't get this damn affirmation thing right. Now, if any of this sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You didn't fail at those affirmations, they just skipped some steps. I want you to hear me here. There is no shame in that. Shame thrives in silence. You weren't broken. Your body was simply protecting you from something that felt false or unsafe. Affirmations are like trying to jump from stone 1 to stone 10 without the stones in between. Stepping stone thoughts fill that gap. They offer gentle micro shifts that your body can say yes to. When you start from where you really are instead of pretending you're already at the finish line, your nervous system relaxes and change begins to stick. What I've learned is that affirmations work best when they are believable, connected to purposeful action, aligned with your inner desires, and tailored to your current mindset and self esteem level. In short, this means that affirmations only work if you already believe them on some level. And we know that we believe them when we feel something, when we say or think those thoughts. As an example, if your current thought is, I do not deserve to be loved, notice how that feels in your body. For me, there is this sinking feeling in my chest and my stomach, and my entire body feels heavier. It's not a great feeling at all. Try it now if it feels safe. Scan from head to toe. Does anywhere feel lighter or heavier? So this is a thought that we want to change. Your first step is to think of the goal thought that you want to think in the end. For me, it would be, I am loved. But in the past, when I would think that thought, I didn't feel anything because I didn't believe it. That's where stepping stone thoughts come into play. Imagine you're on a path. You're standing at the beginning of the path, and this path is made up of stepping stones. The stone that you're currently standing on is your current thought. Up in the distance, at the end of your journey, is your goal thought. You have to step on each stone along the way to get to that goal thought. Each step bringing you closer to that goal thought. Let's take a deep breath here. Imagine yourself standing at that first stone, your current thought. Maybe it's uncomfortable. Maybe it's familiar. You're not wrong for standing there. You're simply beginning your walk towards something softer. Now, as I mentioned previously, each stepping stone has to be believable, and it needs to be a little bit closer to your goal thought. So let me give you an example of how this would work. Let's use the I don't deserve to be loved thought, because this one was one that I struggled with for most of my life. My goal thought for this was I deserve love. Of course, in the beginning, there was no way I was believing that thought. So, my first stepping stone thought was even serial killers have people that love them. This was intrinsically true. Many serial killers were married and had a family that loved them very much. I could believe that thought, and it did feel a little bit better than I don't deserve to be loved. So every time the thought, I don't deserve to be loved, popped into my head, I would counter that thought with, even serial killers have people that love them. My next stepping stone thought was, maybe I only feel this way because of what I've been through. And then I started to think, I am open to believing that I deserve to be loved, even if I don't fully believe it yet. Then I jumped to, I'm learning to love myself the way that I needed others to love me in my past. And eventually we got to, I deserve love. Now, let's go over another example. A common one is, I always mess up at work. Your goal thought, I'm capable and growing. The stepping stone thoughts in between there could be, everyone makes mistakes, even pros. Or, I've succeeded before. Or, I'm building skills one try at a time. The way that you know these are working is you test them, feel them in your body, and see how it lands. Now, while you're working on this, there are several things to keep in mind. These thoughts won't happen overnight. They take consistent practice. Your current thought may never fully go away. Your mind is so used to that current thought and has used it as a coping mechanism for so long, it may never want to fully give up on it. That's when we need to remember, not everything we think is true. We can believe that we deserve love and still have that old negative thought pop up from time to time. You just need to remind yourself of your new belief anytime it pops up. No fight, just choice. You won't always need every stepping stone thought to get from start to finish. Sometimes we can take giant leaps forward after the first or second stepping stone thought. It just depends on how ingrained that original belief or thought is and how long you've been thinking it. Trauma deepens the groove, but neuroplasticity means every kind repetition carves a new path. Your brain is your gentle ally here. Let that soak in. Your brain is your ally, not your enemy. Every repetition, every awareness, every try again moment, it's building safety. You are literally rewiring your mind towards peace. Now, I have created a worksheet for this process if you're having trouble visualizing it or would like a cute little page to fill out to help you along the way. I'll put the link in the show notes to where you can download it. Go ahead and grab it and start with one thought today. No pressure. You're already stepping forward just by listening to this. And as we close, take a deep breath. You've just given yourself the gift of awareness. You're proving to your nervous system that you can think differently, and that's no small thing. Remember, healing doesn't happen in leaps. It happens in steps. And every step is a victory. And I'm proud of you for taking this step. Thank you so much for joining me today on Beyond Survival, A Pathway to Peace. I'm so grateful to walk alongside you on this journey. Remember, healing isn't about perfection. It's about returning to yourself one small step at a time. Every time you show up for yourself like this, you're building something beautiful, a life beyond trauma. Healing is a journey, and every step, no matter how small, is meaningful. Be gentle with yourself along the way, and remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you're finding things especially hard right now, please don't hesitate to reach out for professional support. You don't have to do this alone. Help is out there and healing is possible. If this episode resonated with you, feel free to share it with someone on their own path. Also, if you found value in today's episode, I invite you to connect with me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Beyond Survival Pathway. There, you'll find more insights, encouragement, and community support. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so you'll be with us for the next part of the journey. And consider joining our Facebook book club, Beyond Survival, Healing Through Stories. It's a welcoming place to explore transformation through shared stories and connect with others on the path to healing. Until next time, keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're not walking alone, and the path to peace is unfolding with every step. Let's keep walking this journey together. Take care, and I'll meet you back here soon.